Hello friends, if you're new, welcome to my channel. How about going down, hitting the subscribe button and ringing the bell so you don't miss any episodes. As for my fans and subscribers, welcome back. I really do appreciate you. Today's video is Origins of Satan, the Demons, Part 2. Not much else I need to say. Let's get on with the video. Don't forget, I now have a merch store. It is on my website, link in the description. If you would like to support this channel and you want something for your donation, you can go and get something from my merch store. I get a percentage of whatever you buy. So that is a good way to get something tangible for your support. Tatian and Justin both agreed that pagans could not understand their reactions to the Christians until they began to see the entities that they worshipped as evil supernatural beings who were holding them captive. Therefore, Tatian starts at the beginning. God created all beings, whether natural or supernatural, he explained. At first, all supernatural beings had freedom, but one decided to rebel and became a demon. All who followed him also became demons. They became enraged at being punished for apostasy, but they knew they were too weak to retaliate against their Creator. Being restrained from destroying the universe, they instead turned their attention toward humans. You don't think he thought very highly of himself, do you? He never denied that pagan gods, or demons as he calls them, had power. He did, however, say that they only used this power to gain control over human minds. He went so far as to say that demons prey not just on illiterates, but that people like Marcus Aurelius himself were at risk. He derided philosophers like Aristotle for holding that humans are simply rational animals. Tatian argued that man is much more than an animal because he can participate in spirit since he is created in the image of God. This is the hubris and the arrogance of Christianity. Tatian refused to see himself as part of nature. Since baptism and being quote-unquote born again, he identified himself with a God who was beyond nature. He felt himself to be essentially spirit and ultimately indestructible. Destiny, he claimed, was a demonic conspiracy. In fact, it was the demons who first showed humans a map of the stars. They invented destiny. Hopefully, I do not have to tell my audience how utterly silly this is. So, with all the silliness that I have crammed into this episode so far, what does Tatian think of disease? Surprisingly, he secularizes it. He sees disease as the effect of natural causes. Wow, that was a shocker. I would have sworn he would have put diseases on demons too, but apparently not. Just as Tatian railed against nature, he railed against culture as well. These polemics would be woven into the tapestry of Christian theology to this very day. This kind of attack eventually transformed Western attitudes, equating classical civilization with paganism. He declared himself free from worldliness and openly defied the pagan rulers. He vigorously denounced all governments, declaring that only allegiance to the one true God would end slavery and free believers from the demonic tyrants and the human rulers they secretly controlled. I have done a little bit on Origen. It's called Origins of Satan, Origen versus Rome. I will put that in an eye on the upper right hand side of the screen along with the playlist for Origins of Satan. Since we don't know anything about Tatian's life, we don't know what this meant to him, but we do know what it meant for a young Egyptian Christian named Origen. He was born in 185 to an Egyptian mother and a Roman father. He was 7 when Emperor Lucius Commodus was murdered. By the time of his murder, Commodus was widely regarded as a madman and had fancied himself a gladiator. This was audacious behavior in Roman society because there were clear class distinctions. Yet Commodus largely left the Christians alone due to his girlfriend Marcia. Fights for the throne lasted 3 years, after which Septimius Severus emerged as emperor. In 202 CE, he put out new measures in place to purge the empire of Christians. Origen's father was arrested for Christianity and sentenced to death. Because he was a Roman citizen, he was spared being tortured. He was also spared a public execution, being privately beheaded. This put Origen and his family in poverty because the state confiscated his father's property. A wealthy Christian saved him from destitution and invited him to stay with her. She then supported him until he finished his studies. It took a few months. The following year, at age 18, Origen began teaching, and by this supported himself, his mother, and his younger siblings. Persecution continued under changes in the administration, and some of Origen's students were arrested and executed for Christianity, while he himself lived under suspicion. Thus far, Origen had escaped persecution, mainly because Severus targeted upper-class Roman citizens like Origen's father. Ironically, Origen was afforded protection by the low status he'd inherited from his Egyptian mother, at least for a while. Caracalla is known by other names, but he's also known as Caracalla, so you can quite easily find him if you search for him. Just type in Caracalla, Roman Emperor, and you should find him quite quickly. I just wanted to let you know he is known by other names. When Origen was 26, Severus died and was succeeded by his 2 sons, who were apparently to be co-rulers. However, Caracalla immediately assassinated his brother, leaving him as sole ruler. For all his savagery, he left the Christians alone. After reigning only 6 years, he was killed by Macrinus, who only ruled 1 year before he himself was assassinated. Heliogabalus Caracalla's cousin and fanatical sun worshipper, then ascended the throne. Some considered him to be mad, as in crazy. 4 years later, Alexander Severus ascended the throne. This marked the first time in Roman history when the imperial family actually favored the Christians. In fact, Origen even received an invitation to the palace. I'm going to stop there for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, press the subscribe button, and if you want to know when I come out with new content, hit the bell next to the subscribe button. My Twitter, Discord, email, PayPal, and website links are in the description, along with the source that I used for this episode. Twitter is the best way to contact me, followed by email. Please visit my website. I have a merch store. See if you want anything. I do get a percentage of whatever you spend. Please leave comments in the comment section. Not only do I love hearing from you, but it also triggers the YouTube algorithm. Remember, I choose my comment of the week from comments in my edited videos. Keep learning and searching for truth. Here are a few videos from my library. If you have not watched them yet, go ahead and watch them and tell me what you think. Until next time, friends, stay safe and goodbye.